What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Third and Longhorn live postgame show, recapping number 7 Texas's 38-7 victory over San Jose State. And we're excited. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in on 1300 The Zone and listening on the radio. Appreciate them for getting us out there. All right, guys. You know, it doesn't have to be the funeral setting it was last week, right? We're gonna bring things up a little bit, but you know, look. There were improvements. There's a lot to work on, but at the end of the day, we're 1-1, won 38-7. So I want Oak's thoughts first. Oak, let's go.
Oh man, okay. So like you said, it was better, right? It was better. Can we start off saying that, Jay?
Oh yeah, wait, I failed at doing my job. I'm your host, Nick Shuley. I am joined by Alex Okafor, Aaron Williams, and Jeremy Hills. And Oak, back to you. My fault.
Yeah, so it was better. Now, I'll say this. I walked into the game slightly late. We had to do the pregame show at KXAN, Texas Game Day. Shout out to them. So I walked in slightly late, and there was maybe 6 minutes still left in the first quarter, and the score was still 0-0. And now I wasn't overly concerned, but I was more disappointed because after a loss like last week, I thought we would come out guns blazing against this type of competition, and that's not necessarily what we saw in the first quarter. Now, credit to them in that second quarter, they cleaned it up. Arch went scorched to earth in the second quarter, goes 4 touchdowns and 5 passes. So that looked great. But then the inconsistency was kind of settling in for the rest of the game. And that's what you're going to see in a young player. I think what we're learning about this team each and every week is that this is a very young team. And just because we have the talent, it doesn't make up for the inexperience. And these guys have got to continue to get the reps. So I'm glad Coach Sark kept Arch in for as long as he did. He treated it like a preseason game for Arch. AJ, you know what I'm talking about, where your rookie year, it's like you getting every snap. No matter what the score is, you ain't coming out. So I'm glad Sark treated it like that because Arch, every single rep for Arch is important. Like, he cannot trick off any reps. It means something to him. Each individual rep is another look for him. Just seeing it on tape isn't going to convert to the field. Him doing it on the field is what gives him confidence and conviction. So we need to continue to see that. The rushing attack looked decent for the most part. 4.9 yards per carry? We'll take that. I wish we would have handed it off a little bit more, considering that last week Central Michigan ran for 230 yards against this outfit. But I knew we needed to get the ball in the air and continue to get some more pass reps for Arch. This defense took the football away, and that was the positive leaving this game, was the turnovers we created, especially the forced fumbles, which I love forced fumbles because that means you're targeting the football. So defensively, I saw a lot of positive, just like we did last week, and we'll have to continue to lean on that unit. But there is going to be some growing pains with this season. I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah. Aaron, what do you see? Don't give me that look.
And then we got the W. We got the W. Alex was being very positive. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got the W, and that's really all that matters in the situation. But if we're being honest with ourselves, our expectations at the University of Texas is so much higher than any other school, any other institution in this whole country. To come out and only put up, what was it, 14 the first quarter, in a very, very sloppy first quarter. I'm struggling, man. I'm not gonna lie. I have high expectations for this team, and I'm not saying it in a way of like I'm disappointed in our performance. I'm just frustrated that, man, we look good on paper, but it's just like you said, the inexperience is showing about this team. We're making decisions that we're like, why would you make that throw? We're coughing up the ball again. 12. We were 12.
Don't say it.
12. I can't find it.
12 penalties.
For 100 yards.
115 yards.
115 yards on penalty.
That's unacceptable.
That is. Drop balls. We have fumbles. This is not the Texas team I was looking forward to seeing after a tough loss. I'm gonna say tough loss because it was the number 3 Ohio State team.
Yep.
We have to come out guns blazing against teams like San Jose State. We are expected to come out hot, and I think that we were still a little bit conservative coming out. I mean, we had a big play start, but it had to come back because, once again, penalties.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yes, I'm very happy that we won. That's always the final product that we're looking for. But if we look how we win, I've been in those locker rooms, and I can tell you guys this right now. Yes, it was 38-7, but in that locker room, I guarantee you they're in there feeling like they lost 21-14.
Oh, it's going to be another hard week of practice.
It's going to be a very long week of practice.
Guys, can I remind y'all we won the game?
Can I remind you that we're at the University of Texas?
No, I'm not saying.
Dude,
I'm not saying
how is
no.
Hills our positive
I'm not
guy now? I
saying-
like
I'm
this.
not, I'm not sold yet. I want to hear what he has to say.
Hear me out. If I would turn my attention anywhere, it would be to the controllables. We hold on to the football, and we don't force penalties that, just literally 12 men in a huddle, false start, illegal motion. Like these things, mental errors, like we got to be locked in. We just need to be dialed in and understand that piece, right? But I'm a little bit more lenient than you guys are for what I'm expecting for the offense at this point. One, Wisner didn't play. Wisner, I can honestly say, over the past year has grown into the most consistent back that we've had. Right, you still got CJ that I think is getting back into the groove of things, and he's been super productive.
Which he looks good so far. I'm optimistic about him.
He's been super productive with his touches, but you guys know, like I know, in this day and age, you need two backs.
Absolutely,
you need two backs, right? And that's not saying that 9 can't be that guy, but right now is Wisner, right? He didn't play today, so that impacts the offense, especially when you got a quarterback that's growing into everything that we want him to be. You know what I mean? The talent for Arch is still off the charts. What we're saying that is missing comes with the experience. Like we're saying, hey, we want you to know the answer to the test every time you snap the ball. And the answer to the test is, in any passing situation, is where do I go with the ball? That's the test. Where do I go with the football? And then the talent is, can I get it there? You know what I mean? Like, so when I just look at the decision making, like on the interception, right? You got a defensive end in your face. You got a back that leaked out right behind the defensive end. Like, just dump him the football. Let him go do his thing. But that's what the experience says. The athlete, the guy with the cannon arm, says, I can stand flat foot and rifle this out there and probably throw this touchdown.
And talent doesn't overcome experience.
Exactly.
That's what we're learning.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is if I can continue to grow and learn my lessons like 38-7, I'll take that. But what I can't have is 12 errors on the offense, on the team. I mean, we had a couple on defense too, like roughing the passer. First of all, if you're gonna get a roughing the passer penalty, actually rough the passer. I've always felt like that.
Right, you can't get fined in college.
Earn your money.
If you're gonna get a roughing the passer penalty,
make it worth it.
When they play the replay, I want to okay, yeah, that was a roughing the passer. Like, a little gentle push after the ball is out does nothing. It didn't hurt that guy, and we gave up 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, being smarter, being more heady players. I would want that for some of our vets that, and then, like, as a team overall, we just can't have 12 penalties. 12 penalties will get you beat. But as far as like what I'm seeing on offense, yeah, I would love to have seen, more than 165 yards on the ground. I would love, just from what we've seen on tape from last week. But you got to know that, like, San Jose watches tape too.
Yeah.
And that defense, they probably had a hard week of practice. And I say that to say, after they got gashed in the run game, you don't believe that they're going to commit more to the run game, more effort, more energy, more skill, like just all of it, right? But knowing that, I would still love to see more production there. But overall, when I'm looking at this thing, I'm saying, we averaged 15 yards to completion. So we were 21 to 33, 64%. We had 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 touchdown on the ground, which was on a beautiful scramble. Beautiful scramble. Nobody's open. Go be the guy that we know you are. Turn it into a 20-yard touchdown, right? Then when I look at the defense, not just 4 takeaways, but a turnover on downs, and we dropped another pick. Gilbo had 2 today.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, guys,
I'm okay.
I want to remind everybody that we just played San Jose State. I hear all the points. I hear all the points.
Yeah.
But you play Georgia and you get 12 penalties for 115 yards. If you take takeaways, if you are dropping balls, if you're fumbling the balls, if you're not making the right decisions, like, I hear you, like 100%. But let's not lower our standard and how we play just because it's San Jose State. 38-7 to me against San Jose State is just not a good performance.
I'm with
Just to
you.
me.
I'm with you. I said it was better. I didn't say it was a good
It
performance. It wasn't great. It wasn't
only
good.
better
It
'cause
was
we got
just
the
better.
W, though. You
Absolutely.
feel me?
Yeah. I'm with you.
But there were, I think, I mean, look, there were our defense had a lot of good moments in the first game. The offense kind of towards the end a little bit. There were a lot more positive moments you can take out of this. And I agree. It's San Jose State, but also you're starting to see different people step up. I like that we found Livingston. I like that we found Endries. I like that we're figuring out who our guys are. But I also think we haven't even seen Ryan Wingo scratch the surface this year. We haven't seen DeAndre. And in a lot of we're these penalties, we talked about it the first game. It's not just penalties, it's the timing of the penalties. And I think it's like you start off a game, you're pumped, you're coming out. First play, big play to DeAndre. Oh, that was the first play, right? And then call back, right? Then you're behind the sticks. Then you're starting back. Your momentum, and you get punched in the mouth. But these are the things that we have to fix. And we said that from the start. These next 3 games are where we need to work the kinks out because it gets real after that. Nothing against UTEP and Sam Houston and San Jose State, but the SEC is different, right? And so these are the moments that we need to get these things fixed.
1,000%. And a big part of that is like understanding the dynamic of the team, like the right butts in the right seats kind of thing. And I think we're still figuring that out. If I were to ask y'all coming into the season, who's our absolute go-to wideout number 1 that's going to show up for us every time, we would probably say somebody else other than Parker Livingston.
Yeah, I mean, we got it on the preview show saying Moore and Wingo.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is I want those guys to each have 1,500-yard seasons and 10 to whatever. What I'm saying is, as this thing plays out, the right guys are going to find the right spots. And the right players are going to start getting drawn up for the right guys. That's the way football works. So I'm saying, like, I think that right now we're still filling ourselves out, finding out exactly who we are in the 2025-26 season. Like, yeah, what you thought versus what happened are not always the same thing. But then how you adjust and move forward in a way that's going to win you football games, that's what we care about. Like, that's what matters. So I'm saying, let the team figure it out. Now, one thing I'm going to stand 10 toes down with y'all on, and I'm not going to argue one bit about, is we cannot have 12 penalties.
Never.
Now, that's the one thing. We got to hold on to the rock, and we cannot have 12 penalties. Everything else, I'm like, man, let's keep working through it.
Yeah.
Let's keep working through it.
Well, I want to get to the Texas offense versus the San Jose State defense. But before we do, you are listening live to the Third and Longhorn post-game show. We are on 1300 The Zone, YouTube, etc. I'm joined by lifetime Longhorn legends, Jeremy Hills, Aaron Williams, and Alex Okafor. My name's Nick Shuley, and we're going to be recapping the game. If you guys have questions, comments, things you want us to say on the air, hit us up. If you do one of those fancy paid comments, we'll make sure you get read on the air as best we can, depending on your username. But we appreciate it. We're going to start giving all the tips to Derek Joe, who works back there so hard and volunteers. So we'll add that. But and we've also got Mark Higgins on the show today, but we're working out some issues, so Higgs is having to work as well. But let's get to the offensive side of the ball. Let's give it again to you, Oak. Talk to us about what you saw on offense, and talk a little bit about. Look, I think Arch is starting to get a little more comfortable. Obviously, had some bigger plays, but we're still seeing a lot of happy feet. We're still seeing an overall discomfort, but you can't. It's tougher to argue with 295 yards, 4 touchdowns. So he's getting better, but he's a work in progress.
Yeah, his process was slightly better today, which is
Bro, y'all are worse than American Idol. Y'all are the hardest judges ever.
Well, you just said it. We have a long road, so I mean, we're not making huge steps each week.
Slightly is just such
small baby step. We went.
What kind of jump did you make?
I would simply have said we took a step forward today.
We took a step forward, but that's very.
What a backhanded compliment you just made.
But Jay, was it a big or was it a small step forward? Or does it not matter to you?
I'm saying like this. I tell my kids don't run. It was a regular step.
Okay.
It was a regular walk step.
It was a step in the right direction. It was.
I do agree with Hilser though. It's 38-7. It was San Jose State, but it
was a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
his
correct.
process got better today.
Yeah.
But it needs to continue to grow. I look at the number that really stands out to me on the offensive side of the football is 2 for 12 on third downs. that's not winning football. When you combine that with the penalties, we're not going to win many games this year going 2 for 12 on third down or having 12 penalties. But like I said, the process was better. And in that, at the end of the first quarter, early in the second quarter, like I said, when he went scorched earth, he looked really good. And I think that's a small snapshot of the arch that everybody was expecting. I think the potential that he could potentially reach.
Oh, it's in there.
It's there. It's there.
You can see it's in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the rushing attack, this is the part where it's like the push-pull. Like, we know we can run all over this team, but we still have to get Arch his reps. So what do you do in a situation like that? Yeah. Critical handoffs, critical carries, get it to your guys, but at the same time, let Arch air it out so he can continue to get looks defensively. And I think that's what we did. Now, moving forward, I would love for the next 2 weeks, we just run for 250 yards on both of these teams, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to look more like today, where our running game is pretty good, not great, pretty good, but the reason why it's pretty good is because we're putting the emphasis on passing the ball with Arch. So.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you there. I think that like the running game, it has to be more than complimentary, right? It keeps us on schedule, kind of thing. And as Arch grows into Superman, like the best way we can help him is by running the football and putting us in like super positive positions, right? Mm-hmm. Like letting that happen. What we can't do is what we did today. And like kudos to that offense because they overcame a lot of it and still put up a lot of points on the board. 38 points is a lot of points. Still put up a lot of points on the board. But we can't have a big play and it get called by a penalty, right? Get momentum as we are driving down the field and then get back-to-back penalties. Mm-hmm. You get a holding call and then you get a false start. And all of a sudden you're sitting there. At one point it was what, 1st and 25? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, come on. Like this kills drives.
But this also, and I'll say it, this is that part of the year, right? And we are being I do think we're being a little tough. Yeah, could we have scored more? At halftime, it was 28-7. Okay. And like, look at Georgia right now, a 14-3 at half on Austin Peay.
I'm with you, but this is the part of the season where we have to be overly critical. We have to be. You can't sweep anything under the rug during this portion of the season. So that's the only reason why we're providing so much.
There's no way to shine up 12 penalties for 100.
You can't.
I got shine it up.
There's no way you make that look good. There's no way you
I won't try to argue the penalties. I want to concede.
Third down.
I'm not arguing the penalties.
2 for 12 on third down. You cannot clean that up. You can't make that look good. You can't frame it in any way to make that look positive.
Got to stay
AJ, go ahead. I know.
No horns.
No horns. Look. Oh, like a big part of it. I mean, I know we don't have this stat right here in front of us, but I'm very curious of like, all right, 2 for 12 on third downs, right? Mm-hmm. How many of those were 3rd and 6 or more?
That'd be interesting,
right? Because like a lot of that is not us just being stonewall stopped. Mm-hmm. A lot of that is it was a 2nd down penalty that made it 2nd and 18. Mm-hmm. We grabbed 9 yards on the play and what would be a 1st down. Now we sitting there 3rd and long. Yeah. Like that's what these penalties are killing the drive. Mm-hmm. And I think you see that reflected in the 3rd down conversions. Yeah. Like those two are tied together. Though you fix one, I genuinely believe you fix the other. You know, it's like what we talk about. We talk about the symptoms, or we talking about like the actual cause. So I'm not like, yeah, we can focus on the 3rd down, but I'm saying fix those penalties, and I bet you got more points on the board and you fix those 3rd.
That's fair.
Real fast, shout out to Casey Taylor, who's putting some money in Derek Joe's pockets. Got a lot to fix, but it's all fixable. Yep. We're going to be all right. Growing pains is what I feel we're going through. Hook 'em. So shout out.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree with that. That in a nutshell, that's how I feel.
I'll say this, and I want to bring some light to this. Our wide receiver room is thin, and we are very young. I think we've been spoiled the past couple of years in the portal, being able to get a polished receiver like Matthew Golden straight out the portal to come in and produce right away. The year before that, getting a guy like Adonai Mitchell to come in and to produce right away. We've been spoiled a little bit as a fan base in that wide receiver room, and it's starting to show this year. Now, the talent is in there, but it's going to be a work in progress, and you're seeing it. The receivers we have in there right now, they're not finished products. The guys we've had the past 2 seasons have been finished products, and the combination of all these variables together is why I think we're not satisfied right now as a Texas fan base.
All right, I got a question for you, Aaron, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. All right, Sark just said in the press conference, apparently, that shout outs to CB, said Sark said 12 penalties are unacceptable. Obviously, for everyone at home, how do you clean up penalties, right? Because it's not just like we talked about. It's not just penalties. It's penalties at the wrong way. You can make excuses in Ohio State. It's loud. You're on the road, whatever. But how do you clean this up, especially if you're at home?
Honestly, just doing your job. And I feel like the times we do have penalties, for example, that long run we started off with, it was like 80-some yards. it was only a penalty because he just did more after doing his job. He blocked.
Yeah.
Let go.
Yeah.
Don't no reason to keep trying to pile drive a guy on the floor to prove a point of how mean and tough you are. We get it. You're already on the field. You're mean and tough as it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's the little miscues that it's not like we're getting beat from a D lineman who's really, really good, first rounder, and the guy's just having a long day and he just has to hold. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
If these are our own, we're killing ourselves. And the only way to fix it is just remind the young, once again, the experience that comes in, remind the young guys that there are certain situations where you can power drive a guy. There's certain situations where you can just shadow block, run a guy and just not even touch him, just pretend like you're coming. It's those experiences come in though, but that's one of the things that coaches are instilling with these guys is don't do more than what you're asked.
Yeah.
And when you do more than what you're asked, that's when the problems come.
Yeah.
Well, and is that a thing in a game like this? Look, deep down, as long as you don't just completely screw up or something crazy gonna happen, you're gonna win, right? Is it something where you're trying to make more plays? Like you're trying to do, you are trying to do too much. Yeah, you're like, I got to get 5 sacks today, or I got to get, this. Like, is that a thing? Does that happen?
For me, and I'm gonna let these guys speak for themselves. But if I was this player and I didn't have a great game last week against Ohio State, and I'm playing Sounds Like State, you absolutely right. I'm trying to do more because I'm gonna try to prove to not only the fans but to myself that I'm way more of a player than what y'all seen. So when you play teams like this where you're supposed to beat. Yeah. That's when all the extra stuff comes in because you're trying to prove you weren't the guy last week.
Well, you could tell when Colin got that sack. Colin was way
more. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just need to make a great play and move on from it. You know what I'm saying?
And the toughest part is to AJ's point, like it's this combination of the things all hitting at the same time. You got guys pressing to make a play, and then now they start doing more than what they coach to do, and it's like, hey, bro, it was drawn up. It was there. We hit it. It worked the way we wanted to. And you're not trying to be, you're not saying I'm a selfish player. Watch what I do next.
Right.
No.
But the immaturity of just understanding that, like, you don't got to press right here. I did what I needed to do. We way down
Watch
here.
Watch him score.
We seen it happen again. What's the one Art scrambled through it to Livingston? Man, he make a boom. We go down the field and it's blocking the back. You got a block in the back
on the opposite
side of the field. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like those are the little mishaps that we're having.
That's the stuff where I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, we just got to grow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is. Well, we just got to grow up.
And yes, we are so young that I agree with you. We have to grow up. When it comes to the penalties, I don't know if it's just a maturity issue. Now, the rest of the game to me was maturity and inexperience. Penalties, though, we've kind of seen this the past few seasons. Like when we're in big games, we come back onto this set and say that penalties kept us from reaching the heights that we've been trying to reach for these past couple seasons. So I don't know if it's just experience for why we're committing so many penalties, but I do know this. I know it's got to mean more to them not to commit the penalties. Like Sark has to make it to where whenever somebody commits a penalty, that person has to lose something. It's got to mean something to you. Like, it's not just brush it off your shoulder. No, you are hurting this team.
That is a great point.
I don't know how you get that point across. And I'm not a hammer and fist type guy where I'm gonna run guys into the ground during practice.
Tell us that, because I think that's like the high school way, right? Like that's how they dealt with it, in high school, is just run your butt off.
Right.
How do you deal with that at this level? How did they handle it when you were there?
Well, so there has to be consequences whenever there's penalties. And I don't know what that looks like. That's going to be different for every program. But what I do know is you have to feel it. So for me, I'm taking some snaps away from you. If you're somebody that consistently pops up on tape, you know what? I'm not just going to run you all day at practice because this is mid-season. I need you to be fresh. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some reps off your slate. So instead of you getting 60 plays this game, it might go down to 55 if you commit a penalty this week going into next week. So Sark has got to instill it in these guys that whenever you commit a penalty, whenever there's a flag on the ground, you are hurting the team, and somehow they got to feel that within the week.
Great point. But who are our leaders?
That's what I was about to say. It's literally
when we played and you made a mistake, Earl Thomas was on
you.
Brian Arakpo was on you.
Absolutely.
Chris Obanaya was on you.
You was
Everybody,
on me. You was on me.
We learned. You go. A leader comes out, shows you the expectations of how we're supposed to maneuver and move in this football team, and you learn from there. Then when that leader leaves, whoever that leader was passing the torch to needs to now bring back that same energy.
Yeah.
On the sidelines when I'm watching the games, when penalties happen, it's just like guys swap in and out. And you look on the sidelines and it's just like taking a breather. And I'm looking like, where's somebody going to get in someone's face and say, bro, pick it up?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because our dynamic on this team is when you look at the skill positions and the key position, you're looking at a lot of freshmen and sophomores, right? So you're looking at younger players. And so I think you're missing that Jake Majors, you're missing, Baron Sorrell, you're missing these guys that have been there. And so it's like, I think that's a great learning point for these games is trying to figure out who's going to step up, who's going to be that vocal leader. And we don't know, maybe there is somebody that's lighting them up, but I do think that's important.
Don't be that vocal leader just to be talking to be talking.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show it with your actions. You have to, man, Brian Rockwell taught me a lot about how to be a leader. It's about accountability. It's about being true to yourself. And it's about understanding the plan of this team and where we want to go. Now it's taking everyone and asking this question: are you willing to make the sacrifices to be where we want to be? The partying, the outside noise, the family members talking, your friends talking. It really comes down to people in the locker room. How close are you? How are we? How close are? What is our goal this year? Like all I hear is arch this, arch that, arch this.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's 10 other people on the field. Somebody's got to say it more than Arch. And Arch is still a young guy. And he's still learning as well. But Baxter, this ain't his first year.
Yeah.
Hills, it ain't his first year. Wisner, it ain't your first year either. You guys are a part of teams that in college football were one game away from going to championship.
But look, again, guys, like, I agree. The team has given up 7 points today. The defense, but I'm not splitting the defense. Texas gave up 7 points today.
Mm-hmm.
Texas's defense played a dang good game.
For sure, 100%.
They played a dang good game.
They played an outstanding game.
They played a really good game.
And they
overcame the penalties that they
2
had.
weeks in a row.
When I'm looking at the offense, I'm like, man, we look spotty in moments. We look phenomenal in others. And when I look at it in the totality of 2 Saturdays, in 2 games being played, I'm looking at a defense that let Ohio State cross the 50-yard line twice. Mm-hmm. And then the next week had 5 turnovers, including a turnover on downs. And then I'm looking at them saying, okay, hey, guys, keep it going. Y'all keep playing the way y'all playing. We coming as an offense. We coming. Yeah. Y'all keep playing the way y'all play.
Hold that thought, because we're about to get over to the defense. But for those of you that are just joining us, you are listening to the Third and Longhorn post-game show. We're doing it live on YouTube, but also on 1300 The Zone. I'm joined by lifetime Longhorn legends Jeremy Hills, Aaron Williams, Alex Okafor, and Mark Higgins is finally back at the desk. Mark, shout out to you. Thanks for getting the audio issues fixed.
All good.
And shout out to, before we get into the defense, shout out to CB, always taking care of us. He put $2 in Derek Joe's pocket. We're just gonna make this the Derek Joe Fund.
Yes, sir.
No offense, Higgs. We'll cut you off a buck or two. But CB said, "Hook 'em guys, love the show." Also, shout out to Ashy Larry 5500. He says Aaron McNeil High School class of 08 represents.
Shout out to the Mavericks out there. North Austin, what's up? Stand up.
Love it. Well, let's get into that. We started to mention it. The Texas defense against the San Jose State offense. I was getting a bunch of texts from people like, why is San Jose able to do this and that and this? And I'm like, guys, San Jose State passes the ball. Like they generally pass the ball around 50 times a game. That's spread and straight offense. There were 43 passes thrown in this game. Yeah. That is a lot of reps.
Percentage less than 50.
Yeah. And our,
like, come on, man.
And that's Ben Kwiatkowski, right? He's gonna, like, I think they're gonna move the ball some, but like this defense tightens up. And I think, you look at it, and at the end of the day, only 7 points scored, right?
Exactly. So, and when you look at this defense, you're like, man, they got after it today. Defense, they played the way we expect them to play. They were physical, they were fast, they flew to the ball, they caused turnover on turnover on turnover on turnover. Mm-hmm. I mean, a forced fumble. I'm not talking about one where the handoff is just mixed up or there's miscommunication. I'm talking about the guy that is supposed to possess the ball for the offense has it, and you say that is my ball now. Mm-hmm. Like those are attitude type plays.
Yeah, Ant forced 2, I believe. Ty Anthony forced 1.
Yeah, and Ty Anthony's was amazing.
Yeah, right? It was like nasty. He just took it.
If there was ever an example of, hey guys, when they have the ball, it's actually yours. Like that.
Yeah.
I want to play that clip every single. He reached in there and took the ball from him. You know what I mean? Like, and then you look at Ant Hill. He went in there, smack buddy, and he let it go.
He was DJing.
Yeah, he
Derek
let
Johnson and just punching that.
Imagine getting the game is about the ball. Anthony Hill hit bro so hard. He said, "I don't want this." He hit him so hard. I do not want this anymore. It is yours, sir. Don't hit me again, please. Like the defense was flying. They were flying around. And then when they did drive down and they were threatening, what did they do? Stood up, 4th and 3, got a turnover on downs. All right, now we did give up the 7. I wish we wouldn't have did that, I'm sure. And it was a good drive by San Jose State, to be honest. They put together a good drive. They started attacking the middle of the field. They started really just running downhill. One cut runs by the running back. It was a good drive.
By the way, how do we legally start recruiting Danny Scudero for next year already? So
I'm
get him on the team.
I like that.
Don't
guy.
let him leave Austin.
Look, I'm gonna send him a GIF of Anthony Hill coming through. Hey, you don't want to play that guy again, right?
In the parking lot, Jeremy. In the parking lot, I heard some noise coming from your trunk. Did you take it?
Shout out, we did finally get to the quarterback today. I guess they credited Colin with a half sack on that one, and Murad Watson gets a sack and a half today. So Oak's got to be happy a little bit.
Yeah, that was a beautiful rush by him, being able to stunt, cross the center's face, throw a rip, bend the corner, and get the quarterback on the ground. So I was pleased to see that. And these D tackles, they're showing up. I love the depth that we have in this room. I feel like a different player is making a play on each possession. We have so much depth in that interior between all the transfers that we picked up. And going into the season, we thought we'd have to lean on Cole Brevard. We thought he would be the guy getting the majority of the reps, but it seems like they're dispersing the reps equally amongst all these transfer guys, between Shaw, between Kano, between, like I said, Brevard, Watson, all these guys. January, he was out today, but had an excellent game last week. But one thing I want to highlight, kind of piggybacking off Jay Hill's point, is the manner in which we turn the football over. On the pregame show or the preview show this week, I mentioned how defense had to get back to turning the football over. That's what we hang our hats on. That's what can put the offense in a favorable matchup and in good position to score. So what do we go out here? We got an interception and we forced 3 fumbles. And what I like about the 3 fumbles and the 3 fumble recoveries, it shows that we are swarming. This defense is running to the ball. They're not taking any plays off. And that is a winning mentality. And that can take us far if we lean on this unit. Leonga Lafau, another outstanding game at the linebacker position. We got to continue to talk about him more. Colin Simmons starting to turn it up, heating it up in the pass rushing department.
That tip ball by Leonga, did you
outstanding play in the fourth quarter? Great play.
Man,
absolutely. He's all over the field. But Colin Simmons starting to heat up a little bit. Ethan Burke is always going to be active within the defensive line. Our defensive backs getting hands on balls, tips equal picks, and that's what we saw with Gilbo's pick. Now, he climbed the ladder, and I wish he would have gone down the second one. Man, he would have been top 10 on ESPN.
Yeah.
But I like what I'm seeing from this defensive unit. There's no questions on the defensive side of the ball. We got to continue to keep our foot on the gas. We got to continue to develop depth.
Yeah.
But defense is not an issue for this team. Yeah. It is not.
I will say, because the standard, the standard is high because of the production. Mm-hmm. And then the expectation goes higher when the standard goes high.
Yes.
I will say there were some errant throws that aided the defense that a better ball, we might not be having this type of tone.
Yeah.
So knowing that and being able to y'all are that defense is an amazing unit. Mm-hmm. So you give them a little slack and say, hey man, you cut that tape on, you're like, all right, bro, we got away with one right now. Mateer puts that ball on the money, and what happens if he does?
And those are the best learning experience when you can get away with it but still learn.
Exactly.
There was at least 2, maybe 3 of those there. Couldn't have 6.
So I'm saying because this unit is so good, I want to look at the woulda, coulda, shoulda been plays and even coach those.
Absolutely.
Hey, it was 3rd and 10, but it's probably 1st and goal. You know what I mean? Coach through that as well. AJ, why are you looking at me like that, man?
Because as a DB, I don't care if the ball touches the ground. At the end of the day, incomplete, baby. That's all I got to say. I don't care about none of that y'all talking about. The ball looked good, but it wasn't completed. So what are we talking about right here? So, I
never knew what position AJ played. He just told me. I think I know now. Bro, celebrating the pass.
I'm celebrating.
Any slip and get beat. Look, the ball is thrown and the wideout drops it. AJ up celebrating.
Anytime, any DB out there, I'm going to tell you this right now. anytime you're cutting a receiver and that ball's in the air and that ball's not in the receiver's hands, you did your job.
Dude, also, can we talk about Livingstone putting that guy in the spin cycle on the first that 83-yard catch?
that was
Man,
nice.
that guy skated by. Livingstone just gone.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know he had wheels like
Dude,
that.
he's got
My
he
guy.
got a pickup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my guy, I'm telling you, the great white hope.
Why did you think he wasn't fast?
Listen,
Go on.
I was looking at him and I'm like, oh, okay, Forrest Gump. My boy is gone. My guy is gone.
He saw Jenny in the tunnel. He was running.
I'm telling you, by the end of the game, I was like, man, he got a fan in me.
Man,
I am a fan.
He was up on the scoreboard the whole time. They were just having to punch that button. He
Yeah.
kept making plays.
The boy was balling. And as we talk about this offense, I know we're talking about defense now. As we talk about this offense and like taking the steps forward, it helps knowing that you got a go-to guy.
Mhm.
And if I came into the season thinking it was this guy and it turns out to be this guy, I don't care.
That's okay.
Need one.
I need a guy that I know that when we came in with a plan and things hit the fan, I know I can go to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I say there was plenty of times that Livingston just stepped up.
That's
Again.
2 straight weeks, man.
Yeah.
Like he made some big plays.
Yeah.
So, and Jay, in your opinion, and obviously we're still developing this, but is the go-to guy Livingstone or is it injuries?
For 2 weeks into the season, I will say Livingston has proven to be the go-to guy. And I want to make sure
Livingstone
Livingstone has proven to be the go-to guy. 2 weeks into the season. This thing still is being put together.
Right.
It's still being put together.
Still early.
And DeAndre's plays keep getting called back. And so I think
Feel bad for the man. Look, he gotta go apologize to whoever he offended. It's like, look, why do my plays keep
I
getting?
know, man. I feel for him. And
I feel for the
it's
kid.
been weird to see because coming into the season, you would think they had the best chemistry, DeAndre Moore and Arch, from what we saw last season on the field. So it's been weird to see this thing start off slow for their connection, but I'm not overly concerned. Like Jay says, step by step in the right direction, right?
And what kind of step? Just a regular step. That's all we want. Regular step.
Today was a small step.
No, sir. There you go again, measuring the steps. I want a regular walk stride.
Okay.
A regular step.
All right.
That's all I'm asking for.
I want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
Can we agree that when defense is out there, it just seems like they're having a lot of fun? Running around, knowing their assignments, and just flying to the ball. And that energy is there. If we have that, we just need that energy on the other side of the ball. Because I feel like if we have some type of energy,
it's like a nervous
energy.
It's a nervous energy.
But I'll tell you, like you guys know, like I know, like that is earned.
Mm-hmm.
That is to challenge this. That's the highest level of competition. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is fun when I know what to do. I trust the guy next to me to do what he's supposed to do. And I don't think that I know. I know that I know. And I'm right. And now I'm just out here having fun. And I'm having fun with other guys that also love this game and are also having fun. That's when you get the guys running to the ball. That's when tips turn into picks. That's when fumbles turn into recoveries because everybody is out there doing their job, trying to make plays, having fun.
And I'm going to quote you guys, not Aaron, but the other two from early in the year. We said defense was going to carry this team at the start of the year as the offense found their feet.
I don't know. Jay Hills thought it was going to be guns blazing. The
problem is I left my other holster at home.
It's at 12-0.
I left my other holster at home. Okay. Hey, tell me when the points start going on the board. Y'all wasn't like, oh man,
it looked good.
Okay. But my point is that like, look, let's give some grace on one side. Let's coach them hard, but give some grace. And then on the other side, man, find something to coach.
That's important.
Yeah, I want these guys. I want these guys to stay
I'm
live.
so glad you said it.
I want these guys to stay live.
You hear that good stuff coming in your
to.
head. You hear it on your social medias, and then it's I don't want them to get complacent at all. That's
telling you
because that happens.
It
you
does.
Start off hot, and you're like, man, we put a 14 against number 3, number 7 next week. Oh, we good. No, you're not. Defense, you're not good.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep striving to be better and better and better because really good teams, if one side of the ball is lacking, the other side will pick up.
Yep.
And that's just right now where we are, and that's fine. We're in week 2. We're going to need that energy from the defense side. It's going to happen. We're just early. I just want the defense to know, do not get complacent. Y'all doing really well right now. Of course, there are a few Emmys that definitely need to be worked on. And right now, y'all the backbone of this team. Continue to strive to be even better. Let's turn 14 to 7 to 3 to 0.
Yeah.
I love it.
Agree. I love that.
Well, let's get to, before we get to the special teams, you're listening live to the Third and Longhorn post-game show on 1300 The Zone, as well as on every other platform. I'm with Jeremy Hills, Aaron Williams, Alex Okafor. Now the part of the now I get to eat here.
Okay.
Special teams, baby. All right, let's talk about. We finally got to see Mason Shipley on something besides the extra point. Had a nice 47-yard field goal in the wet.
I ain't never seen somebody get so excited about a 47-yard.
I mean, 47-yard field goal.
That was legit. It was legit.
And I will say,
Yeah.
look, Bo Meester came back down to earth a little bit, and you know, he ended up averaging 43.7 yards a punt on 6 punts. We were hoping to not see him today. We did.
Yeah.
We saw a little too much Jack today, but and he put one inside the 20, and there was another one that could have been down. I'm you know, I analyze these pretty hard. You know,
I'm
so
here.
You have
But,
a high standard. You do.
I'm here. You got a high standard of punts, man.
I'm still pumped. I like my new squad. Me and Jeff Banks, we got a little squad going this year. So
Hey, man, just punt the ball.
But also, yeah, let's talk about that. Like all jokes aside, on the special teams, like another penalty that kept them on the field, right? When they were backed up deep and we roughed the punter.
Yeah.
Like that's another big swing play right there. Granted, nothing came from it, but you get that ball. We're going to get the ball on our own or on their side of the field.
And I think you hitting that right on the head, right? Like, don't even allow yourself to say that second part. Don't allow yourself to say nothing came from it.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be the mentality.
Because it will against Georgia.
Yeah, that just can't be the mentality. The mentality has to be, hey, we can't rough the punter. The end.
Yeah.
Like, we can't.
And if you're gonna rough the punter, rough the punter.
I've always
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna get a penalty, make it
There's
worth
no
it.
such
You know
thing
what I mean?
as like a double roughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like, hey, double roughing because that one was hard, 30 yards. It's like, no, bro, if you're gonna get the penalty, then get the
You guys
penalty.
out here looking
Do y'all
for
remember-
Especially if it's a block punt.
Do y'all remember that hit that Malcolm Williams
Yep.
put on the punter?
Yeah.
That needs to be a rough.
That's
You
what-
need to saw somebody in half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we should actually play that hit and say, this is the only way I want roughing to look.
100%.
They should think about giving you a 30-yard penalty.
Yeah, I want the ref low key need to come to you and say, "Hey, don't do that no more."
Wasn't it? Was it
Yeah,
the Tony Brackens took out that punter from? Was it
That's a classic.
give me that. Now that's a roughing call.
That's old school. I don't know if you can get
That
away
was
with
that was
Yeah.
assault. That was assault.
You know
It's
the
a
one
new
that
era
bothers
nowadays.
you.
That guy's still hurting.
Higgs, the one that bothers you the most is when the punter gets up and does this.
That was a good hit, man.
all 5'9" of them.
Yeah, bro. Like the other, he runs to the sideline. The other specialists are high fiving. The deep snapper's doing a chest bump. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. All of us. That's what I'm
Special teams haters.
I'm-
You guys just chill out.
All I'm
man.
saying is, if we're gonna get a roughing call, we need to actually rough them up a little.
Get your money's worth.
Get your money's worth.
I love it. Well, you guys, if you have comments, questions, get them in right now. We're going to take about the last 10 minutes here and get into these.
Before you do that, Nick, I want to start. You're probably not looking at the Instagram comments, but we've had a couple people asking about the shirt you're wearing.
Oh yeah, so this is the basketball guys. This is like TJ Ford, Royal Ivy, and DJ Augustine. This is the show we had called Brotherhood, and we're start bringing it back. But TJ had an event last night out at a main event off of 183, and had a bunch of the former players out there. It was a cool deal. But yeah, so that's where that we'll make these available and figure out how to
Do I got
how
one
to
of
do
those?
something good. Well, I do. I grabbed them for everybody.
My God.
So that's,
My
yeah,
God.
Way to
come
put
on.
him on the spot, Jay Hill.
Yeah, baby.
Ask Higgs. I was like, I gotta get them for everybody on the show.
AJ, give me a punter fist.
And TJ specifically said these are only for former basketball players, and I was like, I'm gonna give them to the guys on the show, and he goes, okay.
Yeah.
It was a big fight he put up, but anyway. All right. So from Feel Smart, Jack Endry's first UT tight end with 2 touchdowns in a quarter since 2005. There are other things from that year that would be nice to replicate too. Yeah, I believe that would be that's David Thomas, right?
Yeah, and I love to see the creativity and the routes that were being drawn up for injuries. I want to say what was the first touchdown, an oh shit route where he acted like he was blocking and then snuck up out of there. And that's literally what the route's called. And
No, by the way, don't
actually-
find us.
it's actually called
it's because he's blocking, you take your eyes off, and then
You're
next
like,
thing you know,
oh.
he crosses your face, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
You gotta catch up with him. But
Cameron, if you're listening, we got to edit that one out for the radio. So yeah.
and then the second touchdown, I want to say it was a deep in-breaking route with Livingstone clearing the seam. So love to see the creativity and how we're getting him the ball, and that has to continue. So,
And I love to see the unselfish play from the playmakers.
mhm.
I mean, he having a game, right? But what do you see sometimes from the guys, man? They got a clear out route. They got to always climbing up there.
They
you got to run that thing.
clearing.
It needs to be believable.
It
you got
needs to be intent.
You got to sell it, and then you do your job, and you open up something for the next guy, right? Like that's the way that thing works. So, and then like take a moment and shout out Sark, man. You seen some more creativity there. You seen that, like, and I'm not gonna say more creativity, like it's not always there. You started to see the creativity that you come accustomed to seeing, and you love to see guys wide open.
Yeah.
Well, and he eased Arch into this game more. Like I think he made sure that Arch I mean, the first play was a great play, but got called back. But I think we're gonna start to see that where he's gonna get those what I call the Quinn reps at the start, where you're like, well, are we going to throw the ball more than 7 yards? But it's like easing him into the game, make sure he gets a feel for it.
Yeah.
He also looked super relaxed towards the end after Arch had that run down the sideline, and he came off to the sideline. Sark looked like genuinely happy.
Yeah.
Well, and props to, I mean, like Arch, like he does, like he's pretty steady, right? Like he's not out there losing his mind, and he's like, that's why I think that's what gives us a quiet confidence of like he's gonna figure this out because the kid's dialed. He's gonna work his butt off.
My favorite part of the game probably today, other than Anthony Hill making that guy say, "Here goes the ball." But other than that, my favorite part of the day was Arch's celebration after the 20-yard touchdown run. Blowing that kid.
I love it, and that's what separates Arch is that swagger.
Yeah,
and that's what A. Will was saying is that we need to see more of that on that side of the football. Like that's what. We all marveled about the arm talent and the physical traits, but what separated Arch, what made him that number one guy, is just his intensity and his swagger on the field, his confidence, man. So let's continue to grow that.
Yeah, from Jimmy Marsden, more running game and more tight end focused pass plays, in my opinion. And I think we talked about this in the pregame show of like, we know we're probably going to be able to run the ball this game, but we do need to focus on some type of balance to really, because you guys said it, like they treated it towards the end like a preseason game to keep Arch in there, keep him getting reps, and you know I am glad though we did get to see Matthew Caldwell and get someone else in there, you know, to have a little bit of experience this year because we need to do that in these games, and I think we saw some great stuff from Jarrett Gibson. I was of course I was like telling everybody I was all world, and then he puts the ball on the carpet, but
can't do that. Can't do that.
That's
reps
been his
precious, man.
But he was having a strong game.
Yeah, he was.
He looks good.
So.
Yeah, he's got some wiggle too. And Christian Clark, it was good to see him out there at running back. Let's see, from Chris Bennett, white chocolate is the truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely he is. Listen, he got me sold. The kid's the truth, man.
He's a baller.
Yeah, and he came out with that plaid suit that first game. Like he's got it. There's a little something there.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, Lovejoy,
where he grew up? Where he grew up?
Lucas Lovejoy.
Where's that at?
Lucas.
I don't know. I don't know where Lucas is.
Outside Dallas. Somebody want to give us
starting to make sense.
I think it's outside Dallas.
Outside of Dallas?
Yeah.
South side of Dallas.
I think that's
Southeast.
country, but I could be wrong.
That's what I'm saying. It's South Dallas swag. South Dallas swag.
I don't know where Jay was going with that at first. But gotcha.
There's another one from Feel Smart. I was surprised to see Arch out there as long as he was, but it seemed like Sark wanted to get those first string guys more time to mesh together. Hopefully avoid more penalties going forward.
Got to.
Lucas, northeast of Plano.
Okay, yeah. So
down there.
Yeah, suburbs. Yeah.
Shout out to the Burbs.
Shout out to the Burbs, man.
From another one from Chris Bennett. Rushing yards 155, penalty yards 115. Ugh. Let's go to the next one.
Not much you can say about that. Yeah.
Bones 12 by 2, 12 times 2. Feels like Simmons and Hill are trying a bit too hard to make plays. Hard to fault the guy for effort, but they may need to let the game come to them as well.
Yeah, that's what we're pressing a little bit. We're pressing a little bit.
Yeah,
but I'll say this: Anthony Hill's flying. I'll tell Colin Simmons, I'm not mad at anything he did. You just got to be smart.
Yeah.
You literally just got to be smart. You know what I mean? Like hands to the face last week, roughing the passer this week. Like you just got to be. He's such a good player, and he knows football so well. If you spend time with him, you're like, this kid is very, very, very smart. You just got to play that way. You know what I mean? So it's not much to coach or say, or it's just, hey, bro, it's coming to you. Just play the game. Do your thing.
Yeah, and I mean, AJ said it up front. When you play a game like this of lesser competition, you want to put up big numbers. It's like as a defensive end, it's like, okay, I'm trying to get to 10 this year. If I want to get 10 sacks this year, I got to get 2 against San Jose State. That's the mindset. And we saw a little bit on the field now. We got to be better than that and not commit the penalties. But I'm giving a little bit of grace because I'm sure that was the mindset.
I agree.
Yeah, this one from CB, I guess from Sark's press conference. Sark on Texas is 12 penalties. My foot's got to get in their butt this Monday morning. That's unacceptable.
And he's 100% right, man. Like it just kills everything. It kills momentum. It kills drives. It gives seconds. Imagine you're a defense. Like, I don't want to just isolate this penalty as the one because they're all terrible. But imagine you're a defense. They got a great punt that pinned them down. You made them go 3 and out. And then you coming back on the field because of a roughing the kicker.
That hurts, bro.
Oak was just on the sideline trying to get retaped and asking for some water. Now he grabbing his helmet again. He ain't even clear off the sweat from his visor. My guy's upset. But
Highly. Don't let it been a 15-play drive before.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Or imagine you AJ Williams. You just went 3 and out, but you were on the punt. You were on the punt return.
2 deep routes.
You were holding up, and then you ran 30 yards down the field with the gunner. Just thinking the offense is coming on the field, but in reality, no, AJ, we giving you another call. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah,
like unselfishness. We gotta play unselfish, man, because it's not just a penalty in a silo. It's so many other things that it impacts. It is all working together. All of it works together. So I 1000% agree with Sark. You do what you got to do. And Oak said, I don't know. I'm not a guy. What would you say, Oak? I'm not the guy.
I'm not like
guy.
A hammer fist guy. I'm not going to punish them at practice because I need you fresh, but you have to find a way for it to register that there will be consequences.
Respectfully, that's why I'm looking at Sark saying, like, that's his job. That's Sark's job to figure out what is the correct way to get this fixed. I believe in our leader. Like, he got to get it done.
Yeah. All right, another super chat from Ashley Larry, 5,500. Yeah, Derek Joe's getting rich this broadcast. I love it. Can we talk about Ant Hill hitting Scudero in the jaw with the Falcon punch?
I didn't
know you could force a fumble like that. I mean, he wasn't going for his face.
That's just a drill we do. I mean, when as a defensive player, you're always taught, regardless if you're about to make the play, if you can see the ball, punch it out. Yeah. Especially when the guy with the ball is not expecting you to make a play anyways. So I mean, like, I think that's just the aggressiveness. I like the play. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
There was nothing dirty on that.
Somebody please grab that clip and edit in the Debo theme song.
It's my ball.
To that clip.
We've had enough cursing on this show already.
Just the Debo. I want the Debo.
No lie.
Here comes Debo. Listen, he punched him and that ball. And you know what he told him when he got up?
That's my change.
This is just rumor. They say he told him, learn the fight song for next year, and then he walked off. That's what I'm hearing. That's what my sources. That's what my sources are telling me.
It was honestly my favorite play from the game, and I didn't want to shed light on it because I know he connected with the head, but the way he stone cold punched him across the face, and the ball immediately comes loose. Like, I mean, that's violence.
It was going down. It wasn't like he was aiming.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. He wasn't aiming for that. Like AJ said, when you naturally are punching for the football, I mean,
you're not worried about
you just throwing, and
I've never been stole before. Like that's interesting.
The fact that football came out made it special, bro.
From Jimmy Mars, Livingston gives me Jay Whitt vibes, just flying under the radar, but a solid wide receiver. You're cheating, Jimmy. That's because he wears 13 too. Like, and another super chat from Casey Taylor. What is the game y'all are most looking forward to? This is a good way to end it. What's the game y'all are most looking forward to? They say I can't wait for OU
next week.
Yeah.
If you look past OU,
until I see a better product on the field. I'm not looking forward to nothing.
We can't look forward to anywhere. Trust me, UTEP's gonna be hungry next week.
And I don't know if y'all watched UTEP at A&M, but that one was tight for a while.
That was UTSA.
I'm sorry, UTSA. Yeah. That was UTSA. Oh, no, El Paso and San Antonio.
But opposite side.
You Texas, El Paso, you Texas, San Antonio. It gets me sometimes. But no, either way, it's the most important game is the next one. The most important game is the next one, and it's going to be another step in the right direction. Regular size step, not a small one.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody have any last thoughts before we get out of here?
Well, you guys are talking about discipline. I just saw on Twitter, Fran Brown, the Syracuse coach, had the guys after the game running sprints on the field.
No,
because they had to come back to beat UConn right after the game, running sprints.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, pull up the Georgia score and everything else right now. Real
delayed.
Oh, it's delayed.
Well, Clemson's delayed. But Baylor took out SMU.
That's what I'm saying. Baylor took out SMU. Georgia's up 14-3 on Austin P. You just talked about a comeback victory. Like, listen, the juggernauts got to play.
It's wide open right now. The
It's
league is
wide open right
I
now.
agree.
Florida State kicked Bama in the teeth last week.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's wide open right now.
By the way, that team, that quarterback
what's
we
the
shut
score?
down, Julian saying last week, 16-17, 290, and 4 touchdowns in the first half
Playing
Against
Grambling.
who?
against Grambling.
Or is it Grambling?
Yeah,
Grambling.
Grambling. Yeah,
Hey.
that's
Watch your
Anyway,
mouth.
that's
Watch
it,
your
that's
mouth. That's my folks' alma mater. Watch your mouth about Grambling State.
I didn't say nothing. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun. Appreciate y'all for Jeremy Hills, Aaron Williams, Alex Okafor, Mark Higgins, and Derek Joe. I'm Nick Shuley. We will see you guys next week after UTEP. Hook 'em.